A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hi everyone and welcome back to A+ English. I'm Pat.
And I'm Elsie.
And we're on day 2 of our article about stage shows. Yesterday we looked at some of the history of Western theatre and Western stage shows and the different types of stage. Today we're going to look at one theatre group and one of the plays they're doing. But let's warm up. Now yesterday Elsie asked me some questions about me being an actor. So let me ask you this one. Could you act on a stage in front of other people? Why or why not?
As a teacher, I think I could do it. But I don't really know if I can do it well.
I see. Have you done like school shows with your students, anything like that?
Not with my students, but when I was in college or maybe junior high school, I did act in some school plays.
Did you enjoy it?
Kind of, but not too much.
Okay. Obviously, my answer is yes, absolutely. I've been doing it for about 25 years, so plenty of experience of that. Now let's move on to part 2 of our article and learn more about stage shows and the people who take part in them.
All the world's a stage. Warm-up question. Could you act on a stage in front of other people? Why or why not?
The Royal Shakespeare Company, RSC, is a famous theatre group from the UK. Its home is in Shakespeare's birthplace, Stratford-upon-Avon. However, the group does stage shows all over the world. The RSC performs Shakespeare's plays as well as many others. This summer, the RSC is performing Richard III. This play is about a real person in the 1400s. The main character won't let anything stop him from becoming King of England. King Richard orders people to kill his brother and his nephews. He also lies a lot and tricks people. However, everyone soon hates him, and he also hates himself. King Richard dies in a battle at the end of the play.
So part 2 of our article begins. The Royal Shakespeare Company, or RSC, is a famous theatre group from the UK.
今天要介绍到的是著名的皇家莎士比亚剧团，他们来自英国。所以这边我们看到的 company 指的就是剧团、舞团哦。
Right, a company is a group. Now, it could be like a business company, but we often use theatre company, theatre group, just to mean a kind of organized group of actors. So we could say 3 theatre companies join together to put on a week of short plays. So here's more about the Royal Shakespeare Company. Of course, it's royal. That means just the kings and queens of the UK have kind of recognized them and said, okay, we'll sort of help support you and your official kind of government royal group. They're a Shakespeare company, which means they kind of form to do with Shakespeare, Britain's probably greatest writer of plays. And we see in the article, its home, or the RSC's home, is in Shakespeare's birthplace, Stratford-upon-Avon.
OK， 所以我们看到 its home 代表这个剧团的家，也就是剧团来自的地方。那这里提到的 birthplace 代表是出生地，所以他们来自 Shakespeare 的出生地。
That's right. This place is kind of up in the middle of England. It's not like around London or anything. It's up more in the middle.
And where's your birthplace?
My birthplace is Nottingham in the UK, which is only about an hour from Stratford.
Okay.
How about your birthplace?
Taipei.
Okay, there we
Easy.
go. So it's just a place where you're born. Maybe you moved away pretty soon and lived somewhere else, but it's just where you were born. So we know that the RSC, their home is in Stratford-upon-Avon. The article then says, however, the group does stage shows all over the world.
用 however 放在句首带出转折，所以前面说到这个剧团呢，他们来自莎士比亚的出生地，但是整个剧团在世界各地都有演出。
Okay, when we say however, we're doing a contrast. We're sort of saying something is a little bit the opposite to what we've just done. For example, Brian loves to go on vacations. However, he doesn't have enough money to take as many as he wants. So as you might guess, with a Royal Shakespeare Company, a lot of what they do is Shakespeare. The article says, the RSC performs Shakespeare's plays as well as many others.
Perform 这个动词呢，代表演出表演，所以呢，这个剧团名为有莎士比亚这个字在里面，所以代表呢，他们多半演出的都是莎士比亚的剧。
Yeah, you could talk about a person performing, but when a group performs a show, it means they practice that show, they put it on stage, they sell tickets, they're performing this play. You might say the theatre group will perform a musical show next month.
Okay, so here they perform the plays from Shakespeare, right? 那 play 这个字呢是个名词在这边，那我们来看一下它怎么用吧。Play 在这边当名词用代表的是戏剧剧本。A play by somebody 那就是某人写的剧作，像是呢我们可以说 they're performing a play by Shakespeare， 代表他们在演莎士比亚的一出剧作。那再来写一出剧本可以用 write to write a play， 那演一出戏剧我们就用 perform 这个字 perform a play。 那如果你是指导导演一部戏的话 to direct a play。那单字例句给的是呢 The actors in this group write their own plays， 代表这个剧团里面的演员创作自己的剧本。
So I could say, in my last play, I played a man waiting in a hospital for a baby. And in that sentence, I use the verb, I played a man. When we use play as a verb in this sense, we mean this is the character I was acting as. I play this character.
对，所以这里 play 出现的第二个还用过去式，代表它是动词，代表扮演。
Okay, so let's get back to the RSC. We see this summer, the RSC is performing Richard III. Okay, that's one of Shakespeare's pretty famous plays.
这个夏天呢，他们要演出的一样是来自莎士比亚的剧作，叫做《理查三世》。
This play is about a real person in the 1400s. King Richard III was a real king of England at that time.
那这部戏剧呢，是关于来自西元1400年的一位真实人物，就是理查三世这个人。
So we're going to talk a little bit about the play and what happens. Now, yes, it was a real person, but when Shakespeare wrote it, he changed a lot of things, or maybe made up a few things and added it to make it more like a real dramatic story. This isn't the actual history. What we see is the main character won't let anything stop him from becoming King of England.
好，我们这边看到 character 这个单字是我们今天第二个重要单字，我们来看一下它怎么用吧。Character 这个名词呢，代表书本啦、电影或是戏剧里头的人物角色。那发音要特别注意字首的 ch 发的是 k 的声音。那不管是书或电影或是戏剧里面都会有主角，那就是 a main character。那如果是卡通的人物、卡通的角色，a cartoon character， 那像是迪士尼有很多的角色，其中的一个我们可以叫它 a Disney character。那 character 这个字还可以当作性格特色像是我们可以说 the way he talks says a lot about his character， 他说话的方式透露出了他的性格。那单字例句给的是呢 Elsa is my favorite character in Frozen. She learns to be herself. Elsa 是我在冰雪奇缘里面最喜欢的角色，她学习做自己。
We could also say, in this scene of the play, two characters fight and one, as well as another one's friend, dies.
好，接下来呢，我们看到 let 这个实义动词，代表的是让、允许。那课文这边说到的是主角不让任何事阻挡他变成国王。我们再给同学们一个例句，像是呢 I don't let my cat eat too much. I don't want him to get too fat. 好，我们用到 let 这个实义动词。
So he's already a little fat.
Yes, already.
Okay.
好，我们先到 Magic Box 听讲师讲解实义动词的用法咯。
Magic Box。
哎呀，看到呢，大家在地球上过中秋在月球上的嫦娥好寂寞呀。当初呢，就该让这个后羿呢服用长生不老灵药。哎呀，我也呢不用逃到月球上面去了，好无聊啊！让他吃饮药，让我去月球，让你出去玩。这个让呢，中文呢都说让，但是呢，英文里面使役动词可是有不同的单字、不同的用法哦。今天呢，我们就一起来认识一下使役动词。首先英文里呢有所谓的使役动词的用法，顾名思义就是要让人做什么，或者是呢要求人做什么，请求人做什么。像是呢这个 let、make、have、get 等等这些动词呢都可以这样使用咯。但是呢，今天呢我们要特别来认识一下让、let 跟 have。OK。首先这两个动词的句型呢都一样我们先有主词，后面呢加上动词 that 或是 have， 后面再接上受词。要注意到咯，特别的事情来了。受词后面呢，我们让他做的事情呢，我们记得呢要用原形动词。Your mom lets you go out with your friends. OK， 你的母亲呢让你跟朋友一起出去。His teacher makes him clean up the mess he created. 他的老师让他把他造成的脏乱呢清理干净。注意到呢，我们受词后面的这个 go 跟 clean，OK， 我们呢都是使用原形动词哦。知道了用法，那 that 跟 have 两个字到底差在哪里嘞？它们两个动词其实呢可是有语义上的差别咯。比方说我让后羿吃灵药 I let him take the elixir 跟 I made him take the elixir， 两句话呢都是我让他吃，但是呢要注意到第一句呢使用 that 表示呢受词也就是后羿呢他本人想要吃，而我也同意让他吃。但是呢我们第二句的 make 则是呢受词呢可能不想吃但是呢我却叫他吃，差别呢就是在这里咯。所以呢 that 跟 make 呢都是让，但是呢里面隐含了受词跟主词的关系是他想要我也让他去做，还是呢他不要我却叫他去做，可就要特别注意咯。总结一下，受词呢想要我们让他呢，我们就要用 that； 受词不想我们叫他去，那呢就要用 make。然后呢，使用动词的用法咯，受词后面呢要记得加的是原形动词。这些细节呢，你可千万别搞混啦。
So back to the article and back to the story of Richard III. So King Richard orders people to kill his brother and his nephews. He's not actually king when that happens, but he does become king after doing all of this terrible stuff, ordering people to kill his own family members.
Okay, so he orders people to do this. Order 这边当动词用，什么意思呢？ Let's take a look. Order 这个动词代表命令或是指示。Order somebody to do something， 那就是命令某人去做某件事情。For example, the officer ordered the soldiers to fire. 军官下令士兵开枪。那另外呢 ，order 当做动词用，还可以当做点餐、点菜、点饮料，或是订购物品。Okay, so for example, what would you like to order? 你想要点什么呢？好，或者是我们可以说 I ordered a dress online, but it hasn't been shipped yet. 我在线上订购了一件洋装，可是还没有被寄出来。那单字例句给的是呢 The king ordered his soldiers to fight another country. 这位国王命令他的士兵们攻打另外一个国家。
So we could also say the boss ordered his workers to stay late which made them unhappy. So order, it's kind of like you're telling someone what to do. You're in charge, you have power, and you're saying, you do this. You don't have a choice. And one of the things that Richard orders people to do is kill his nephews. But what's a nephew?
Nephew 这个意思是什么呢？ Let's find out. Nephew 这个名词啊，代表侄儿、外甥。那要提醒同学们的是，中间这个 ph 的声音合在一起发作 f， 所以我们念作 nephew。那男生你才叫他 nephew， 如果是女生的话呢，侄女、外甥女，英文是 niece N-I-E-C-E。那亲戚的称谓呢，其实在英文当中非常的简单。如果是阿姨、叔叔，或者是姑姑、姑丈、婶婶、叔叔这些角色，女生的话就是 aunt， 男生的话就是 uncle。那表兄弟、堂姐妹，我们就用一个字就好了，叫做 cousin。那单字例句给的是 My brother brought his son to my house. I enjoy playing with my nephew. 我哥哥带他的儿子来我家，我很喜欢跟侄子玩。
So, for example, my brother has a son, so he, the son, is my nephew. So back to the story of Richard III. He's a bad guy.
Right.
He's getting people, he's ordering them. Kill my brother. Kill my nephews. Now I'm the king. Ha ha ha. And we also see he also lies a lot and tricks people.
理查三世呢，他不但下令要杀掉自己的兄弟和外甥，还很常骗人。
But this is a kind of a tragedy as well. We learned that yesterday. This is not a happy ending story, really. We see in the article, however, everyone soon hates him, and he also hates himself.
很快的呢，大家都讨厌他，然后连他自己也讨厌自己。
Right. The play is really about the character and what he does and why he does it and how it kind of affects him in the end.
So does he regret having done all those things?
Yes and no. He kind of feels like somebody's got to be the bad guy and that seems to be my fate. We also see in the article that King Richard dies in a battle at the end of the play.
Battle 这个名词代表战斗、战役。
So two armies fighting, that is a battle. And this was a real thing, the Battle of Bosworth Field. That's when Richard III was killed. We could also say the two armies fought a battle for control of the city.
好，那最后我们说到呢，理查三世在这出剧的剧末是死于一场战役。
All right, so that play, Richard III, that's what the Royal Shakespeare Company, RSC, that's what they're doing this summer, or some of it. They do several plays each summer with different actors, different other groups they work with. They'll do some in the early summer and go on, and they will kind of finish. And then they'll go on to the winter plays. When I was younger, because I grew up and I lived not too far from there, I would try and go once every summer with friends, family, theatre groups, go over to Stratford, see one of these plays, enjoy walking around, go to some of the other old houses that have got Shakespeare-related things in this small town. So yeah, definitely if you get a chance, go there, check it out. It's really cool. But that's all we've got for today, except for our review time activity. We'll learn more about looking around a stage tomorrow, but let's see what our review time's going to be now.
Review time.
Okay, so Pat, I got more questions for you
More
today.
questions about my stage show life.
Yes, because I'm really interested in that life of yours. Okay, so here's the first one. What are some of your favorite plays you've been in?
Oh, favorite plays. One I mentioned yesterday, The Diary of Anne Frank.
Yes.
I was only in it for a couple of minutes, but the whole acting of doing it, watching everybody else, it was kind of an important play. There were important messages in it. I've been in The Little Shop of Horrors, which is a musical show about a plant that gets really big and eats people. That was just a lot of fun to do. It was some really good actors in. It was just fun. And Treasure Island, one of my favorite ever pirate stories. I got to act and, in fact, direct that play.
So how many in total?
Oh, I couldn't count.
Wow, too
Not at
many
this
to
point,
count.
yeah.
太多了。All right, here's the second one. What are some of your favorite characters you've performed as?
Oh, I did a Christmas show which was based on a fairy tale story. In the UK, we call this a pantomime. It's kind of like a Disney movie on stage, and I was the Knave of Hearts, the bad guy, the villain.
Oh.
So I got to go really kind of... If you've seen the Disney Aladdin, I went to try and be like Jafar, the really evil, dark wizard, crazy laughing kind of bad guy.
I remember you talked about that before.
Yeah, he was a lot of fun.
And you did like that character a lot,
I
right?
tried to, yeah. That was one of my favorite ones to be. It kind of was just enjoyable.
Okay, here's the last one for today. Have you performed in one of Shakespeare's plays?
You know, strangely, not really. You would have
want to?
Yeah, I would love to, but you would have thought I have, but I've just done different things. The most I've done is we did a show where it was Shakespeare's play read out loud. We kind of had a lot of people reading different parts of the show. It was a combination of Henry IV Part 2, Henry V, some of those plays around that time, and I was just a few of the smaller parts. But
So like a reader's theater.
Exactly. It was reader's theatre. When the actors don't learn the lines, they read them off a book, but they do it in a dramatic way. They make the music and people can still enjoy it. That is actually the only real Shakespeare I've done.
Okay, interesting.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, but join us again tomorrow for part 3 of our article, All the World's a Stage.
All the world's a stage. Warm-up question. Could you act on a stage in front of other people? Why or why not?
The Royal Shakespeare Company, RSC, is a famous theatre group from the UK. Its home is in Shakespeare's birthplace, Stratford-upon-Avon. However, the group does stage shows all over the world. The RSC performs Shakespeare's plays as well as many others. This summer, the RSC is performing Richard III. This play is about a real person in the 1400s. The main character won't let anything stop him from becoming King of England. King Richard orders people to kill his brother and his nephews. He also lies a lot and tricks people. However, everyone soon hates him, and he also hates himself. King Richard dies in a battle at the end of the play.
Word power. Play. Play. The actors in this group write their own plays. The actors in this group write their own plays. Character. Character. Elsa is my favorite character in Frozen. She learns to be herself. Elsa is my favorite character in Frozen. She learns to be herself. Order. Order. The king ordered his soldiers to fight another country. The king ordered his soldiers to fight another country. Nephew. Nephew. My brother brought his son to my house. I enjoy playing with my nephew. My brother brought his son to my house. I enjoy playing with my nephew.
认识字汇
Birthplace. Birthplace. Perform. Perform. Battle. Battle.